Hey guys, so in this video we got to talk about Evolving Skies booster boxes, and if you've been a fan of this channel since the inception, earlier this year, you knew this video was coming one way or another, and it does hurt a little bit to make it because I was wrong, and we'll talk about that in a second, but when you own thousands of dollars in the product you're talking about that you underestimated, it's actually okay, right? Like that takes away a bit of the pain. So, earlier this year, March, April, I said that there was no way Evolving Skies was going to be $1,000 a box by the end of the year. A lot of you guys disagreed, thought it was going to be $1,000, and here I am being proven wrong. This is a legit $1,000 USD box nowadays. The past 10 sales have basically been at $1,000, so just incredible to see the growth of this product. And I do think that it's still just ridiculous that this has actually happened. If people remember back earlier this year, we were not in the bull market that we're in now. Product Sword and Shield was readily available. You had Lost Origin at like what, 170 at times. Like Fusion had still popped off into the 220 range, but a lot of products like outside of Fusion Strike were still under $200, somewhere even in the 150s. So you could still get product very cheap. Evolving Skies was still like $700 at the time, around that. So a lot of these products were still readily available from third-party sites, the Pokemon Center, and there just wasn't as much demand. But we're definitely in a different market now. A lot of the top cards in Evolving Skies also have taken off. The Umbreon's $1,400 raw in near mint condition now. The Rayquaza's a legit $500 card again, and even the Leafeon's popping back over $300, and it might actually be a bit higher. Let's see most recent sales. Some sales, 335, 355, so it's probably averaging in that 320 range. Most recent sales, so maybe a tiny bit higher than TCG Player Graph, but yeah, just insane growth from Evolving Skies, and I just wanted to come out here and admit that I was wrong. I didn't see this coming. Congrats if you guys saw this coming, and it's definitely a good sign, right, if you own Evolving Skies. But earlier this year when this was going on, right, and I want to give you guys some value in this video and not just talk about Evolving Skies the entire time. Earlier this year, right, around the time Evolving Skies was a $700 booster box, maybe even a bit less than that, a bit more than that. Can't remember exactly what it was. I made a video, right, and I talked about loose Evolving Skies packs, ancillary products with Evolving Skies in them. And I did the same price, loose pack price to booster box price ratio. So actually, at the time of recording, I guess the box was $535, which was actually quite low. So it kind of made my point even better, right? Because this number, a week or two later was what, $700. Like it was kind of crazy how the Evolving Skies spike happened. But even at $535 and the loose pack price being, $766 at the current time, that was a 51.5% loose pack to booster box pack ratio. So it was such a glaring buy to get ancillary products of Evolving Skies at that time. And, again, like this video was 10 months ago. It didn't even get 400 views. It's one of my earlier videos. The Evolving Skies tins on the Pokemon Center had 2 Evolving Skies, 2 Astral Radiance, and a Brilliant Stars, right? And you're paying $25. What's one pack of Evolving Skies now? Is almost 20, $25, something like that. So these were just glaring buys at the time. Also, these Quick Ball tins, $13, and you got 1 pack of Evolving Skies, 1 pack of Fusion Strike, and 1 pack of Chilling Reign. Now, why am I bringing this up? The reason I'm bringing this up, and here's the loose pack price, $18 right now, right? So if we go back to, where was it in here? We'll find it in a second, guys. Loose pack price was $766, okay? That was basically the bottom of the past year. Like it's insane. I basically caught it right at the bottom when I made this video. Since then, you're up, what, 130% since the bottom, 140% on the year if you bought Evolving Skies packs. And, you could find Evolving Skies. My point was, you could find Evolving Skies cheaper than this as well. You could find Evolving Skies for $6, $5 a pack. So you probably made, almost 200% or over 200% on your money if you invested in some of these products like the Divergent Powers tins. Definitely the Quick Ball tins, like these have, just been insane. I'm glad I bought all of these. I did break them down because they've reprinted these with different packs, so I think it's worth breaking them down. I do have a couple still that are sealed, but most of them I did break down. But the point being, we just went through the same thing with Fusion Strike, with the build and battle kits, the stadiums, the mini portfolios. There were thousands of these left in stock yesterday. Everything's gone, right? And I've been screaming for the past 2 weeks that it was just such a glaring buy to get these. The pack ratio, it just made sense. It was under 60%. And as that Fusion Strike box moved from $330 up to $385, that ratio went below 50%. Like yesterday, when you're buying these at MSRP, you're basically paying a 42.4% ratio or something like that. So if any of you guys bought these build and battle kits, you bought build and battle stadiums, you bought the mini portfolios. Obviously, if you bought the mini portfolios, I would probably just break these down into loose packs. If you have space, keep these guys sealed. I would, imagine there's probably going to be a slight premium on the sealed product. But even if you want to break these down, right? Like the whole idea behind buying these ancillary products is you're not doing it based on the sealed product. You're doing it based on the ratio of the pack price to the booster box. And that's what people don't understand, right? Like I have some people in my comments still, every single video I make, and they're talking about 3-pack blisters, and they're confused why I'm promoting ancillary products at this point. It's like, guys, we are in a different market every single day, every single week. The market changes, and you need to keep up, right? I've said dozens of times that there's always going to be a price where it makes sense to buy a product, okay? This past week, it made sense to pay MSRP on all of these Fusion Strike products. Like this was just a no-brainer. And if you look at Evolving Skies, right? I made this video 10 months ago, okay? 10 months ago, I was talking about the loose pack price of Evolving Skies. And, the booster box had already sold out. The ratio was there, okay? 51.5%. If you look at Evolving Skies, and where it's at right now, $17, $18 a pack, the same thing is going to happen with Fusion Strike over the next 10 to 12 months. Like these loose packs, probably this time next year, going into 2026, they're probably going to be somewhere between, $13 and $15 a pack. I would not be surprised. So if you bought these products, congrats, you really got on it. But to the people that still don't understand, I'm not trying to bash anyone, right? I'm just trying to like get my point across, because I feel like I'm being gaslit and into believing that I'm just not explaining it well. But if you imagine it was 2021, right? All of these products were still in stock at MSRP. The build and battle kit, the stadiums, the mini portfolios, the booster box was still in stock on the Pokemon Center, right? Like if that was the case, I wouldn't be telling people to go buy ancillary products, because you can still buy the booster box. It makes sense to buy the booster box over ancillary products. One, because they normally outperform ancillary products in terms of, percentage return. And secondly, even if an ancillary product like a 3-pack blister, like a build and battle stadium, like a build and battle kit, if any of these actually do keep up, you're still spending, a multiple of the booster box in terms of time to sell everything, right? So if it takes you, say, 1 hour to sell one booster box, and that contains everything like listing it, photographing it, selling it, and that's not realistic. Probably takes you much less time to do that. It's going to take you 8-9 times that to sell the same amount of build and battle kits, because there's only 4 packs in a build and battle kit, right? So in terms of money, you would have to sell 9 of these to get the same amount of product moved as one booster box, right? With 3-pack blisters, you'd have to sell 12 3-pack blisters to make up the same amount of money basically as a booster box, essentially, right? Like it'd be a bit off, but that's the general gist, right? 36 packs in a booster box, 3 packs in a blister times 12 is 36, okay? And that's what people don't understand is, even if you perform to the same degree as a booster box, you guys are going to be spending so much time trying to just, pack, list, ship, all of this. And I understand you can make multiple listings, but it's your time, right? Like, why would you want to do something that is going to take more time than not? Like, why would you want to spend 3 hours selling the same amount of product when you could do it in 1 hour? It blows my mind that people like can't get this concept and can't grasp it. And I think a lot of people, why they don't understand this is they've never actually sold on a large scale before, or they just don't value their time at a high level, right? So, Pokemon investing, you really have to consider your time, because it is a big factor when it comes to liquidating product and selling. And that's another thing I didn't even touch on, right? A lot of these products aren't as liquid as a booster box. Selling a build and battle kit, a build and battle stadium, all of this, it's going to be more difficult than selling a booster box, right? But with all this considered, it still made sense to buy these just because the packs inside are worth it, guys. The ratio was there. You could literally break down every single one of these that you bought and just sell them as loose bundles of 36 packs. And those are actually extremely liquid. Like, it's very easy to make a lot on eBay, 36 packs, and sell it. Like, it's very, very simple to do. And I'm sure a lot of people are actually going to do that. If you want to keep them sealed, you have the space, you have the time, keep them sealed. You know, try and sell them off slowly. Like, I'm sure some people will still buy them as a sealed collectible. But if not, you know, you still got in at an insane price where it made sense to even break them down if you want in the future. So that's the only thing I want to get across, right? There's always going to be a time to buy certain things. I don't think we're at that time with Silver Tempest, with Lost Origin yet. Some people are still buying those, and maybe that'll expedite the process for the Lost Origin and Silver Tempest Build and Battle Stadiums and other products. But, you know, Fusion Strike, it was absolutely a buy. And you always got to keep up with the market. You got to keep up with what's going on around you because things change, and that's when opportunities arise, right? So the last thing I want to leave you with is, because a lot of people have been asking me based on my video yesterday and with all of the Fusion Strike selling out, what I think are good buys if there's anything to buy still on the Pokemon Center. And I do think there are a few things that could potentially go soon. I'm not sure that they're, you know, like the best buys right now, but one thing is these hidden potential tins, right? So the Gallade, and I can't remember what the other promo is. It's not super relevant, right? But first of all, these have been reprinted tons of times, and I'm not exactly sure what packs are inside. So if you're in the States, you don't have to pay $10 shipping on every order. It might be worth your time just to buy one and see what packs are inside, right? Like if it's 5 Chilling Reign, if it's 5 Lost Origin, Fusion Strike, whatever. If you're getting 2 Lost Origin, 2 Chilling, and a Fusion Strike for, you know, after tax, like 34, 35 Canadian, in that range, whatever it would be in US, you know, you're pretty much at the loose pack value at this point. And these types of tins won't have a lot of sealed value in the future just because they've been reprinted so many times. People aren't going to be exactly sure what packs are inside. So if you're buying these, you're absolutely going to need to break them down. But at this point, right, with Lost Origin packs, with the value of Fusion Strike, Chilling Reign, we're pretty close to where it's worth it just to buy these to break them down if these are the packs on the inside. Again, I'm not sure. If you do want to go this route, buy one, see what packs are inside, and then buy more, right? There's a purchase limit of 10. You could do multiple orders. Another thing, these Dialga and Palkia V-Star Premium collections, these are kind of at a point where it makes sense to buy as well. These will also have a little bit of value as a sealed collectible because you have the pin, you have the, I believe it's a jumbo card, and then you have the smaller cards as well, the Palkia V-Star and the Palkia V. But then also, if you look at the packs here, you have 2 Lost Origin, you have 2 Astral Radiance, and you have 2 Fusion Strike. Now again, they could have changed the packs on these, so I would recommend buying one, but this one's probably a bit further away in terms of, you know, selling out compared to the tins just because the value. Like, look, this is $33 for 5 packs, and these are $52 Canadian for 6 packs. So much cheaper to buy these tins. Sure that these have a bit more value as a collectible item, as a sealed product, but I imagine these tins would go before something like this Origin Form V-Star box. But after that, you have the Virizion V-Star box or V-Box. These don't have Evolving Skies, guys, okay? I know it shows Evolving Skies, and I can't remember exactly which packs. I think it was still 2 Lost Origin, a Fusion Strike, and then maybe Astral Radiance. I actually have a video somewhere on my channel where I opened one of these. I bought one back in like May or June just because I wanted to see what packs were inside. It was not Evolving Skies. I can guarantee that. You're likely going to get 2 Lost Origin, a Fusion, and then I think it was Astral. I'm not positive. If you guys have bought any of these recently, let me know. But these are at a point where it's almost worth the buy too, right? Like, you know, you're about $27, $28 after tax Canadian, whatever that would be in US, like 20 bucks or something. So for 2 Lost Origin, a Fusion, and Astral, like, that's not terrible. Again, I don't think these are screaming buys right now. But when Lost Origin inevitably hits like 300, 320 range, something like that, and if we see Astral bump into like the 220, 230 range, once that starts to happen, and especially if Fusion Strike, you know, moves into 400, 450 range, like if it continues to go nuclear, then these are going to get bought out, right? I don't think the value is there yet, but be very, you know, watchful of these and be ready to pull the trigger if needed, just on the loose pack value. The Crown Zenith was the last thing I wanted to talk about. The Zapdos tins had sold out, and the reason is just because when you look at all Crown Zenith, it still kind of shows that they're in stock. It doesn't say sold out, but the tins are completely sold out. So all that we have left for Crown Zenith, you have the 3-pack blisters, you have the premium collections, and then the Morpeko box. In terms of price per pack, the 3-pack blisters make the most sense. They're the cheapest. Then the premium collections, and then the Morpeko box. That's how it's going to go, I imagine, in order. The problem, though, is that, you know, when you do the math, you're basically paying $7, a little over 7 Canadian for a pack, so whatever that would be in US. It's actually not at market value. So 445 USD is like 640 Canadian or something like that. So you're paying 50 cents more per pack than current market value if you're buying any of these products at minimum, and you'd be paying more if you bought out these premium collections. So obviously, as a sealed collectible, these will have some value. Same with the 3-pack blisters, but we're not at a point yet where it makes sense to buy this Crown Zenith stuff. But throughout 2025, all of this is going to be gone. Even the Morpeko stuff, these boxes are going to be gone, guys. That will probably happen towards the middle of the year, maybe even towards the end of the year, early fall, something like that. These will probably be the last ones to go, I imagine. I could be wrong about that, but all of this will be gone at some point next year, but it's not going to happen right away. We're not at a point where it makes sense to be buying these products. And again, we're only buying ancillary products when it makes sense. When you're paying 50% of the booster box price in terms of ratio, or even less than that, sure, pull the trigger. But right now, wait on Crown Zenith, wait on these V-Star collections, these V-boxes, even these tins. The tins are probably the most, you know, intriguing to me. You're paying basically $7 Canadian a pack. And, you know, if you're getting Lost Origin, Fusion, and Chilling for $7 a pack, like that, we're pretty close, guys, if that's legit, what packs are inside. If anyone buys these tins, I would love for you to send me a video. You can DM me on Instagram of you opening it, or just, you know, let me know in the comments down below what packs are inside, because I'm very curious. I do think this could be a potential play within the next, you know, couple months or so, buying out these if those are actually the packs on the inside. Guys, I'm rambling way too long. Just one more time, I was wrong about Evolving Skies. Had no clue it was going to hit $1,000 a box. Congratulations. If you called this, I was trying to look for the videos earlier today, but I just have so many videos on my channel. I can't remember which one it was in. If you remember which one it's in, and you want to tag me in it or whatever, you know, send a message down below in the comments, you know, bragging a little bit. That's perfectly fine. I'll eat it. Congrats, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you got any value of this content, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like on the video. You guys know all that. If you're doing any shopping, Hobbiesville, eBay, TCG Player, I have affiliate links down below. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.